Collective Intelligence Center has been set up about 10 years ago as a cross-functional group at MIT that was tasked to get people together from few disciplines, cross-disciplinary effort between the computer science group, the social science group, and the management science group is actually housed in the Sloan School. And the objective there is largely to think about how to organize networks of people and machines so that they collectively at large scale, so we're not talking about a few people, we're talking about thousands of millions of people, collectively, how can we make that combination more intelligent? What we are going through right now is probably the biggest experiments, mass scale experiments, change management experiment in using different ways of collaborating, right? We never had something like this. Even the introduction of search engines and email, etc., were more gradual. I've been a CMO for all my sins, so I remember those times. I'm an innovation officer, but I remember the times as a CMO. And if you think about it, there's all of us, most of us at least, were growing up in a period of you do things in person mostly. You do things remote if you can get together in person. That was always the concept. You have networks of people and machines, by the way, helping people sharing knowledge every day. Those networks, some of them in normal times are in person. For sales professionals and for marketing professionals, this is a total boon, right? I mean, the moment you start being able to use those big networks, you'll get a lot more information than what you would typically be able to do by sending people to conferences or being in person with clients. It's just a different scale.
So if I just summarize, Gianni, what you've just said, that there is curated wisdom that we can actually harvest based on what people are saying in different networks, feed it into our private networks, and gain actionable insights. And that's what we do at XIQ. And I'd like to kind of give you an example of how that works. So here is a communique that our sales leader, Leo Anderson, has built. And the purpose of this is to share wisdom about B2B marketing. That's what we do. We are a B2B marketing engine which uses artificial intelligence and serves B2B sellers and B2B marketeers. And in order for us to be relevant within that, what we do is we curate the best knowledge that's out there. And we find this knowledge and we put it together into these kind of communiques that can be either shared on the web or they can be shared through email. Now, this looks like a newsletter, but it's not actually a newsletter. What this is it does have it has our blog, but it also has topics from Harvard Business Review, and it has stuff from Forbes and entrepreneur.com, things that we feel that our audience would really benefit from learning. We're not trying to sell, we're trying to educate. We're trying to feed into that network. And how do we put this together? It's very simple. We have key topics of interest that we are communicating, we would like to talk about. We put them into the engine. The engine, just like Gianni mentioned, Google, provides us with recommended articles. Simply by checking in on these articles, we can add those articles into our list of curated systems. We can couple that up. XIQ provides its own native content management system. We can couple it up with that, with your own collateral. So you'll map your blogs, for example, and by simply checking in, you'll be able to add and construct a set of curated articles. So again, going back to how do we feed specific sets of information which are value added to our network. We can do that very quickly, send it through an email, and voila, it's gone. Now, the second part, which is how do we gain intelligence about it? So the graphs are telling us over here, how have people responded? This is your typical marketing kind of feedback, how many emails, clicks, and open. But this keeps going further. It ranks people based on how they have actually engaged. And then it gives us additional insights about those individuals. And we'll come to this in the later part of this. But here, now, as Gianni was saying, that, now I have started feeding this information and I can see who is responding to that information. And what are they really interested in? So when I look at this, it tells me that this individual has read these particular articles that I shared more as a thought leader and as an educator rather than a salesperson. And I start getting deep insights in terms of keywords, concepts, and entities. This is artificial intelligence going and helping me discover what are topics of interest to this person. And so I'm fairly well prepared now to engage with this person on a very personal level.